Thanks for joining us. This is another episode of the N-to-1 for Game YouTube channel. Today, you're watching Corviknight versus Victini VMAX. And that does not look like Corviknight versus Victini VMAX. Okay, that was a different deck that Evan was looking at. Okay, yeah, I was confused there for a second. So the Corviknight deck is a deck that you power up a Corviknight, you switch energies between your Pokemon with, Bronzong. This is the Bronzong from the new set, Battle Styles. And then you heal with Cheryl. Cheryl is the supporter. It removes all damage from your evolution Pokemon. So you switch Pokemon off of... Oh, and you have to discard the energy attached to those Pokemon. So we've seen that effect in like Max Potion and stuff like that before. But yeah, you just move the energy off of the Pokemon you're trying to heal. You Cheryl them, move the energy back. Bada bing, bada boom. Pretty simple draw engine, 4 Marnie, 2 research. Got an Eldegoss and a Dedenne in there. Couldn't really benefit from the use of Stadium, so just put in 1 Chaotic Swell. 8 Metal Energy, 4 Coating Energy. That gives Metal Pokemon no weakness. And Evan starts with Reshizard. And Evan, I don't know, seems to be frustrated with his hand. Evan says, well, I just lost. He attaches fire to Reshizard. Omar. Oh, that's Omar on the left and Evan on the right, by the way. I'm not sure if I said that. Omar goes second, so he gets to use Evolutionary Advantage. Bronzor can evolve if you go second. You can evolve on the first turn. So Corviknight has 2 Capture Energy. 1 resets him. Oh, 4 Metal Saucer. Oh, and Zacian V is also in there as an attacker. Zacian V is a good attacker. But how about that Corviknight? So Corviknight V does Clutch for 30, 1 Metal Energy. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Then Sky Hurricane for 190, 2 Metal, 1 Colorless. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Sky Hurricane. But then there's Corviknight VMAX. Its ability, Luster Body, not that relevant in most matches, but prevent all effects of your opponent's abilities done to this Pokemon. And then the attack for 240. G-Max Hurricane, and during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use G-Max Hurricane, so we've seen that on Brave Blade and stuff, but we're running, it has free retreat, so, you know, you can always retreat the Corviknight and send up something else to attack, or, you know, retreat the Corviknight and just escape rope. You know, you have ways. Omar benches the Corviknight, and he attaches an energy. He does Dead A Change, gets rid of a few cards he doesn't need. So let's talk about Victini Firebox. So, main attacker on the right there is Victini VMAX. Evan doesn't have it out yet, but so here, Victini V. V Bullet for 1 energy, it does 10 damage. And if the opponent's Pokemon is Pokemon V, it does 50. Then Flare Shoot for 1 fire, 1 colorless, 120, discard all energy from this Pokemon. And then I've got the other Victini with Spreading Flames from Sword and Shield. Attach up to 3 fire energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. And an Energy Burst. For 2 fire, this attack does 30 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. And then the big attacker, and Evan is explaining to Omar that he's probably going to win the game. Evan, however, is not psychic and cannot predict the future. But anyway, Victini VMAX, when Evan gets it out, its first tech, Spreading Flames, for 1 colorless energy. And Evan's still frustrated at his hand. For 1 colorless energy, Spreading Flames, attach up to 3 fire energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon any way you like. And then, the big one, Max Victory, for 1 colorless, 1 fire, does 100 damage. And if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon V, this attack does 120 more damage, so 220 damage. So what Victini VMAX is, I'm hoping, or I was hoping when I built the deck, is it would be an Eternatus VMAX that is hammer-proof because you can Welder to it. Right? If your opponent does Crushing Hammer, they just they recover because you can just Welder, and then you've got 2 energy. And Evan is further explaining why he thinks he's going to lose. Bronzong. Bronzong's ability, Metal Trans. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a metal energy from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. So, yes, Evan has fire, and so you would think that he has the advantage, but we've got the coating energy, which prevents weakness. And Evan finally gets his second turn, and he gets Victini down. He does Outrage for 60 with Reshizard. And Omar is looking at Cheryl, thinking about when he's going to need it. He attaches a coating energy. So Evan gets the Victini down. He sends up Reshizard. And Omar is just clarifying what Corviknight's attack is. As you can see from the proxy, it is Japanese. I used English language proxies for where they existed, but yeah. So Omar's just paused the game while we're getting clarification on what the effect of Corviknight's attack is. So let's go over what the attackers are. No, Evan does Outrage to KO the Bronzong. Evan attaches the Lucky Egg to Reshizard. Oh, okay. So another one of Trainer. In addition to Lucky Egg, we've got Tool Scrapper. Got Bellowing Fan, which is a enhanced hammer, but instead of discarding the energy, it puts it at the bottom of your opponent's deck. So you've got 4 Victini V, 4 Victini VMAX, 1 Reshizard, 1 Talonflame V, 1 Cramorant, 1 Double V, So just a Firebox deck, really. We're not playing Blacephalon, Unbroken Bonds. Didn't really feel it. We needed it. You'll see Lysander. We ran out of Boss's Order. So the Lysander is just Boss's Order. 4 switch. 1 Cherish Ball, you know, for the Reshazard and the 2 Dedenne GX. A Fire Crystal. So, you know, just some main fire attacker, a 4/4 line of it, and then a bunch of helpers. So Omar puts down Sword Doggo and does Intrepid Sword. It's Evan's turn. So Crobat V is active, has 180 HP. Evan needs to do Double Blaze GX or Flare Strike. I think it's Flare Strike. Yeah, Flare Strike to knock out Crobat V. And we're getting a rules clarification on Bellowing Fan. Oh, and he does do the Double Blaze GX to take out Crobat. No more is just clarifying that Evan can do the attack, and which he can. He just doesn't get the extra effect because he only has 3 energy on it. The Victini VMAX is running 11 basic fire energy, 2 capture energy. So, you know, it is similar to Eternatus VMAX. Omar sends up the Corviknight VMAX. Corvinite VMAX has 1 Metal Goggles, 2 Evolution Incense. Oh, it's got 1 Oranguru. I don't think Omar's used it yet, no. But, you know, Oranguru combos with Intrepid Sword. You know, if you have to finish a turn with Intrepid Sword, you just put, you know, a metal on top of your deck. You have 8 basic metal in deck. 4 coating energy. So the Bronzor is a 2/2 line. Evan is asking Omar about the deck list. He's I think we're still having another dispute about Cheryl. So this may be an issue, but I think Evan's got it now. Evan puts a capture energy, searches his deck. All right. Evan fills up his bench. He puts down the double V. Double V, and I think I got the cheap one too. I think it was the promo. Let me see. Oh no, I got the Rebel Clash double V. Evan yeets his hand. And he puts down the giant hearth and gets rid of a quick ball. So there we go. Evan attacks the Corviknight, and weakness is not applied. So, Corviknight is still alive, and Corviknight has 320 HP. This is just something we're just going to have to, be accustomed to. As long as VMAX is in the format, we're going to have these Pokemon that have, over 300 HP. And who knows, maybe we'll never go back. Maybe that's just a permanent state of things. There we go. Omar gets rid of the stadium for Chaotic Swell, and he plays Marty. And he notes that he's not using the Cheryl. Omar gets Bronzor in play. He's got a Corviknight with energy active. Oh, he puts energy on his benched Corviknight V. And he uses Bronzor to transfer energy. And remember that Corviknight VMAX has free retreat, so Omar could retreat it if he wants to. Retreats, yep. Sends up the V. The V. He's just moving it, make sure he's got the right damage counters on it. And knocks it out for 30. Which deck do you like more? These are both Battle Styles decks. The Victini VMAX is a new card. The Corviknight VMAX is a new card. is looking at a card here, thinking about putting it down. Yep. So he uses Boss's Order to bring up the damaged Corviknight VMAX. And I don't think weakness is going to be a factor here. Yep. And he hits the Corvinite VMAX for enough damage to knock it out. And Evan takes all 3 prizes. So move on to game 2. So some concerns for game 2. With Coding Energy, the Victini VMAX will never be able to one-hit KO Corviknight VMAX. Victini VMAX is doing 220. But if somehow Omar whiffs the Coding Energy on his critical Pokemon, yeah, Evan has an advantage here. Evan starts the double, and Omar starts the Corviknight. He attaches Capture Energy. Let's see what he gets out of his deck. Off screen, Blake is complaining about Boss's Order, how it's a 3 or 4 of in nearly every deck. Alright, so he gets another Corviknight. Omar's talking about how Evan 1 and 2 turns, which is not literally true. Alright, Evan gets the other Victini. So, Evan has not weldered yet, Actually, I'm not sure if he has Welder in his hand right now. Evan lays down the giant hearth, discards a fire energy. So the Japanese expansion for battle styles. How am I showing off his hand? Japanese expansion was released January 22nd. Coming out in America March 19th. Omar gets the Coding Energy, which is good because he's got a Pokemon V. And he doesn't want to die right away. Actually, Corviknight V... Ooh, actually, Corviknight V still gets one hit KO because it has 210 HP. So, hopefully Omar's got a way to get it to the bench. Corviknight V only has one retreat cost. Oh, Corviknight is resistant to grass, which unfortunately is not relevant in this series. Omar's just checking the card, make sure it does what he thinks it does. I don't know why I was talking about Evan's Victini V as though it was a VMAX. My mistake. Sends up Oranguru as cannon fodder. Excuse me. Evan's just mulling over his choices here. So he's got the Victini V active, Victini on bench, and that's who he attaches to. Doesn't look like he's weldered this turn. Oh, he brings up Corviknight VMAX. And Evan is doing Energy Burst. For 120. Because it's 30 times 4. Right, Omar attaches basic metal to the Corviknight VMAX. And Evo Incense, presumably for another Corviknight VMAX. Right, Omar pulls out Pokecom. And gets the Crobat V. Oh, when he accidentally drops some cards. my sleeves must be real slippy. He drops some more. Does Orangaru's ability, and he plays Quick Ball, and he's deciding what to discard. Discards the Bronzor. Looks like he he shuffles his deck. Okay, Crobat. So he was just making his hand smaller for Crobat. Ended up drawing the Eldegoss. And Metal Saucer to Corviknight. Metal Saucer is busted. So when I tested this deck myself, the Metal Saucer was just invaluable. Don't play it without Metal Saucer. I know that sounds like a dumb and obvious thing to say, but just... Oh. And Evan is saying, you gave me the best hand off the Marnie. And so he gets the Victini VMAX, so that's not good, but remember, Coding Energy can save Omar the match. Evan draws good off the Welder. And he hits it for 210 for the big dead. Bye-bye, Corviknight. Evan draws 3 prizes. And now Omar's mission is to prevent another knockout. And Victini VMAX is 310. So Omar's, what he's got to do is he's got to hit the Victini VMAX for 240, move the energy off, heal with Cheryl, and he should be good. Now, how is he going to move the energy off? He doesn't have the Bronzong. That is a good question. And here we go with Marty. So he gets the scrapper, he gets escape rope, Evan gets capture energy and some other stuff. Omar's still not ready. So he sends up Oranguru. Evan's got a decent hand. He's got Fire Crystal. Nice. Evan's not winning the game this turn. Capture energy. And let's see what he gets for his bench. This is actually he's taking it back. For a minute there he had a brain freeze, forgot what capture energy did, so he says he's still going into his deck. But yeah, nix the capture energy. So he attaches capture energy so he can fail it. Evan was hung up on whether you were required to put a Pokemon on your bench. And obviously you are not, because the deck is private information. So Evan attaches capture energy and fails search. And I assume that's just so he can retreat the Victini VMAX. What even is its retreat cost? Let's see here. It's 1. It's 2. Okay, yeah. So 310 HP and 2 retreat cost. Evan discards 4. Quick ball. For the Crobat. Okay, so that's what he's doing. He's making his hand smaller for Crobat. Dark asset. Oh, he does Flare Shot for 120. Wait, no, he doesn't. I missed that. I'm not sure what attack Evan was doing. All right. And Evan gets his thing knocked out. Evan sends up Victini VMAX. Plays quick ball. And he is using... all right, I keep on telling Evan he's got to do it on camera. He has to actually do it. He gets Eldegoss so he can play Boss's Order to pull up the Pokemon off of his bench. And there was a thing about, I think, the prize count. But yes, Evan knocked out a Corviknight VMAX. He killed an Oranguru. So he had 2 prizes left. And then he Boss's Order, just a regular Corviknight for the last 2 prizes. So yeah, we had a little trouble counting prizes there. But Evan pulls through with Victini VMAX Firebox, and he had some inputs about ways to change this deck, which we might get into if we have time. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. What did you think about these decks? Post in the comments. Ariados. Goodbye.